Hello, I'm Alison Lagrange, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show for you, Resurgent Africa. Amid the coups and the crises, there are many positive stories from Africa that often get overlooked, but not on this show. Today we take you to countries around Africa to tell you stories of hope, positivity and innovation, and give you a glimpse into the lives of the people who call this vibrant continent home.
Age is just a number. You may think it's a cliche, but it stands true for Kenyan marathon runner Eliud Kipchoge. At the age of 39, when most athletes think of slowing down, Kipchoge is eyeing his third Olympic gold medal. If he finishes first, he would be the only human to win 3 consecutive Olympic marathons.
My huge expectation actually is to win Olympics for the third time and make history to be the first human being to win for the third time.
He has already clinched gold in the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympics and the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. His victory will rank him above Ethiopian runner Abibi Bikila and Germany's Waldemar Cierpinski. Kipchoge made his stunning international debut in 2003. He won the 5,000-meter World Championship in Paris. He defeated the favourites of that time, Hicham El Guerrouj and Kenenisa Bekele, but that remains his only prize on the track. The legendary runner then made a comeback on the road. In 2018, he broke a world record by 1 minute 18 seconds. He completed his marathon in 2 hours, 1 minute and 39 seconds. He then became the only human being to cover a little over 42.1 kilometers in under 2 hours. He achieved this feat during an unofficial race in Vienna in 2019. In 2022, he broke another world record. Between 2013 and 2021, Kipchoge won 16 out of 20 official marathons. But with the Paris Games, the marathon legend could be heading to what could be his final Olympics. He says he's not thinking about the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles at the moment.
In Kenya or in Africa, we say we don't chase 2 rabbits at a time. You will miss all of them. You chase one. So the rabbit of Olympic Games is what I'm chasing now. After that, I go back to the drawing board, see what's in my bucket list and start again to chase for the next.
However, he also seems far from planning his retirement.
If you can convince me that the moment I'll be crossing the finishing line, then the whole world has become a running wall, then I will retire.
Kipchoge's glorious 2 decades-long career has its roots in his childhood. He grew up in the village of Kapsisiwa in the foothills of Kenya's Rift Valley. He says in his community, running is a common drill, and he always loved running.
I don't run because of money, but I run because I want to perform. Then the other things will come later. But it was a great idea for SEPCO and all athletics actually to come with the idea of recording the medals from Olympic Games.
He saw steeplechaser Patrick Sang training in his neighborhood when he was young. He then followed in his footsteps. At that time, Kipchoge just wanted to fly to Europe. But as he trained and ran for championships, the lists of his achievements kept getting longer. His journey is an inspiration for many.
We have a lot of talented athletes, and first is to dare to think, to break. Secondly, is to dare to do it. So if all the people actually dare to dream and do it, then they are ready to do it. I have shown them the way.
Irrespective of the 2024 Paris Olympics results, Kipchoge's journey in itself is going to mark a great chapter in history. With a career spanning over 2 decades and with numerous accolades to his credit, the Kenyan runner is a shining star in the annals of Africa's sporting history. Pregnancy is often hailed as one of the most profound and beautiful experiences of life. Despite the long 9 months without seeing their baby, expectant parents embrace the journey with anticipation and love. The bond formed during this period is unparalleled as parents imagine and dream of the life growing within. Thanks to recent technological advancements, expectant mothers can now catch a glimpse of their future child through sonography. These images provide not only a visual connection, but also an assurance that everything is progressing well. It's a beautiful reminder that life in all its miraculous stages continues to flourish. Unfortunately, this incredible technology remains out of reach for many in low and middle-income countries. Trained specialists are scarce, and essential equipment is often found only in urban hospitals. The journey to access these services can be long and costly, leaving many women without the vital care they need. In response to this disparity, artificial intelligence is being harnessed to develop technology. It brings the essential benefits of sonography to women who need it most. Early detection in the first trimester is crucial for identifying abnormalities and preventing stillbirths. Uganda is pioneering this technology with a pilot project that uses AI software to power ultrasound imaging. This project not only scans unborn babies, but also encourages women to seek health services earlier in their pregnancies. This proactive approach is helping reduce the risk of stillbirths and complications, bringing hope to many. The AI-based ultrasound software offers accurate pregnancy dating. It measures the fetus's development, helping determine pregnancy progress. Trained on millions of images, the software can recognize gestational stages and is currently in various testing phases, showing promising early results. The software trial also aims to develop a tool to predict high-risk pregnancies. The software, developed at a hospital in Kampala, Uganda, has sparked great interest among pregnant women. Pregnant mothers are very eager to come for ultrasound scans. The hospital is also seeing overwhelming participation in the study, with many women joining without any hesitation. Typically, a technician is required to perform these scans. However, this technology allows midwives or nurses to conduct the scans by simply swiping an ultrasound probe over the abdomen. This innovation makes it possible to provide care at home, especially in rural areas where access to medical facilities is limited. The journey of pregnancy, with its blend of anticipation and hope, should be supported by access to essential healthcare. Technology like AI-powered ultrasound is a crucial step for health and development of both the mother and the fetus. Malaria, a disease that kills over 500,000 people every year and mostly targets toddlers and pregnant women. It's one of Africa's top killers. The mosquito-borne infection has especially threatened the West African nation of Ivory Coast for decades. It's the leading cause of death of children in the country, and Ivory Coast has been failing to fight the deadly scourge. But the battle against the old enemy has finally taken the right turn. Last week, babies in the Abidjan city began receiving the R21 malaria vaccine, as Ivory Coast became the first country to deploy the immunization.
It's really important for the children, for their health especially. This is why we came here this morning to vaccinate our children.
The shot has been developed by the world's largest vaccine maker, the Serum Institute of India, and the University of Oxford in England. The 3-dose vaccine was authorized by the World Health Organization last October. The Oxford University says that the vaccine has efficacy levels of around 75 to 80% in young children, and it costs less than $4 per dose, making it realistic to roll out tens of millions of shots. Meanwhile, the Serum Institute says it has already made 25 million doses for now and plans to make at least 100 million every year. Now, Ivory Coast aims to vaccinate around 250,000 children who are under the age of 2.
This decision shows the engagement of the government, who make it a point of honor to invest in the health of our children, our most precious treasures. We want to assure their protection and their well-being, because they are the future of our country.
Meanwhile, the World Health Organization believes that the vaccine against malaria would guarantee that children in the West African nation will reach adulthood in good health.
Il garantira sans aucun doute vaccine will guarantee without any doubt that our children will survive not just past their first birthday, but will from now on reach adulthood in good health, thanks to this innovative intervention against malaria in Ivory Coast.
Grâce à cette intervention innovante dans la lutte contre le paludisme en Côte d'Ivoire.
The Ivory Coast is not the only country to roll out the R21 vaccine. In a historic move, South Sudan also began the immunization campaign with the same vaccine last week. The country's health ministry says that the R21 vaccine will reduce the devastating burden of malaria and save countless young lives in South Sudan. Meanwhile, Ghana, Nigeria, Burkina Faso and the Central African Republic have all authorized the vaccine as well. The R21 vaccine will be given alongside the RTSS vaccine that is already being used in countries like Ghana, Kenya and Malawi to cover 2 million children over a 4-year pilot program. The United Nations says the RTSS vaccine has already reduced the mortality rate by 13%. Malaria is one of the most neglected diseases that is preventable and curable. The African continent bears 95% of malaria deaths annually. And children under the age of 5 account for at least 80% of all malaria deaths across Africa. In the next 6 years, the World Health Organization aims to reduce these deaths by 90% in 35 African countries. And now, with the efficient malaria vaccine, alongside other prevention strategies like mosquito nets, WHO's ambitious goal that once drew skepticism suddenly looks more achievable. At the heart of Mauritania's vast desert lies a green oasis. It's a village called Maaden, which means the deposit of knowledge. Life here is not just different than other Mauritanian villages, but it is an epitome of an ideal world. People here are not divided on the basis of color, gender or race, but they practice communal living, spirituality and sustainable agriculture for a harmonious existence. The village was founded in 1975 by a Sufi spiritual guide, Muhammad Lamin Sidina. Sidina had a vision to build a community based on equality, tolerance and hard work. More than 20 years after his death, his legacy continues to stay. Sidina's son, Imam Taha, who lives in the village, shares how.
Everyone helps everyone. Each neighbor helps his neighbor. For example, if you were someone living in the village of Maaden, wanting to know how to dig a well, you'll find that all the residents will come to help for free.
This transformation did not happen overnight. People here have tried to live up to Sidina's vision every day. The village has grown house by house. Residents first built a small dam to retain precious water, then laid out fields. They then founded a school and set up a community clinic. Hospitality is a central tenet of Maaden's philosophy, with the visitor center welcoming, housing and feeding everyone who passes through.
The peculiarities of Maaden are that it is a special village, a Sufi village, and therefore it is based on certain human values and morals such as solidarity, such as respect, such as tolerance, such as acceptance of the other, such as work especially.
La tolérance, telle que l'acceptation de l'autre, telle que le travail, surtout.
Then comes agriculture, which has been a crucial factor for the thriving village. The community's arable land expands a little day by day, and farmers boast of their excellent harvest.
This is my first time cultivating this piece of land here, and I started with tomatoes, onions, carrots, dates, peppers, and many other vegetables. The land is good here, and we can live with what we produce. The community embraces the environmental ethos.
In the efforts to implement sustainable agriculture, the remote village switched to organic farming. Farmers have transformed their agricultural practices thanks to techniques brought by Pierre Rabhi, a pioneer of organic farming in France. Rabhi travelled to Mauritania in 2018, 3 years before his death. It was then that he fell under the spell of Maaden and passed on his environmental ethos to the local population.
When Pierre Rabhi came, he taught us to make compost and put it under the palm. It makes the soil more fertile and gives better date production.
The village also stands out for women's rights. While in other parts of Mauritania, a mere contact between a man and a woman from different families is forbidden, in Ma'aden, women have assumed all kinds of roles. While they work in fields, they also do manual work and are allowed to interact with men.
It's a good place to live. We have a lot of production, and people work in the similar conditions, men and women. We all support each other. It's a good thing.
The story of Ma'aden has so far remained unknown, but it could certainly be an example not just for other parts of Mauritania, but for any society to pursue.
And that's all we have on the show for today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to First Post. Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment. So thank you for making First Post 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for a future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
We'll start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. For the first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to First Post America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital,